Imposter syndrome. It can strike at any time and affect any one of us. What is it? And how can we get past it? My name is Peter Sage, international best-selling author on human behavior. And on this particular video, we're going to drill down and peel back the layers of the onion on what exactly imposter syndrome is, and more importantly, how you can transcend it. Let's first look at what it is. Imposter syndrome essentially is us feeling that we don't live up to the expectations of the role that we are currently playing. Now, that could affect us in any area of life. If you're a team leader and you don't feel that you're qualified to be the team leader and everybody else is looking at you thinking, wow, you're great, but inside you've got these insecurities that say, I'm not great, I don't really know what I'm doing. Imposter syndrome strikes. If you're a business owner and you're stepping through and everyone's like, oh my goodness, all your friends are like, you're an entrepreneur, you finally stepped away from working for somebody else. Wow, you're amazing to have that level of courage. And you feel, well, you only did it because you were scared of where you were or not doing it. All of the different reasons have one common thread. We are minimizing our own sense of self in comparison to the road we are walking. How can that negatively affect us more than virtually anything else? It can't. If we are showing up in a way where we are judging ourselves to be less than, then there's not a lot we can do about that in terms of the negativity or the impact that it has on our outer world. Because even if other people are praising us, it tends to go against us. We tend to feel even more of an imposter. So rather than take it as positive reinforcement that we're on track, really is being buried deeper by other people praising us. So we have to switch that around. We have to understand that if we don't take care of imposter syndrome, it's going to have a massive negative effect on so many different areas of our life as a knock-on, because low self-esteem equals low quality of life. So where does it come from? Most of the time, imposter syndrome comes from us not having enough references for being good enough, for always having to prove to the world we're good enough and never feeling as if we're quite there. A lot of that can come from our childhood, where we were never rewarded in the way that we felt we should or recognized what we should do to really reinforce the fact that we were good enough. It has its links to the primary fear, the fear that we're not enough. Not good enough, tall enough, short enough, rich enough, certain enough, smart enough, whatever it may be. What's your blank to fill in? We all have one at some level. So when we're then required to step up into a new role or a new career, or we're forced into a situation that we feel we're not ready for, and that imposter syndrome starts to take over, all of the fears that we're not good enough come to the surface. It's us versus the fear. It's got nothing to do with the outer world. We could be told 1,000 times that we're doing a great job. It's not going to have the same benefit as us telling ourselves we're doing a great job. The key to moving past imposter syndrome is to have higher self-esteem through self-validation. In other words, if we have set up our model of the world so that we need external validation in order to prove that we're great, and we didn't get that from mom and dad or our previous references, we're never going to feel good enough. What are the steps we can take? For a start, we realize that we are the star of our own movie. If we feel that we are trying to prove ourselves in other people's movies, we're always going to be swimming uphill. We're never going to feel as if we're good enough because we can't benchmark that. We're not aware of what's going on in other people's movies. But when we recognize that we are the star of our own movie, Brad Pitt doesn't walk on set and worry about what the film extras think of him. He owns that role. See, when you walk into your own home versus a guest in somebody else's, there's a different energy there. There's nothing to prove, nothing to defend, nothing to conquer. There's a sense of certainty that you have. That's the way that you transition through imposter syndrome, by cultivating that inner sense of certainty. There are many different ways or factors to that. Do you live in a friendly universe or a hostile universe? Are you desperately trying to seek the good opinion of other people? Are you desperately looking for validation, approval, connection? Are you scared of not being good enough and what that may mean? All of those things need to be able to be tackled at different levels. To be able to do that, you need a comprehensive way of building up your own references. References of being good enough. References of not needing the good opinion of other people. References of not carrying guilt all of that stuff. On a short video, it's hard to be able to go through every single part of that, but I've spent my life, at least the last 30 years of it, being able to help people do that. And I've got a ton of resources I want to share. In fact, we have an entire 6-month program where we reinvent people from the ground up. If you've suffered imposter syndrome your whole life, you're not going to cure it on a 10-minute YouTube video, guys. But at least you've got some understanding as to what causes it and the fact there is hope and light at the end of the tunnel, not just a train coming this way. Click below. I want to invite you to have a look at some of the resources I've got. Together, we can make you the star of your movie, have the Oscar-winning performance that you deserve, to get to the end of this incredible journey called life and think, wow, that was spectacular. That is a movie I would pay to see again. Because if that's not the conversation you're having right now and having a blast showing up on set, acting as the star of your own movie, there's something missing. And it's nothing external, I can promise you that. Let's get that handled, and then the entire game changes at that point. Click the link below. I'm going to invite you to have a look at some of the other stuff. And together, I know we're going to make an amazing difference and get you that Oscar.